My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of Saved. And I had very low expectations for this movie because I read the premise and I was like, oh, is this going to be typical anti Christian propaganda in Hollywood? Like, I grew up in a Christian household. My family is very Christian. I am not, but I still don't like it when movies just take safe jabs at Christianity, and I was pleasantly surprised by the direction this movie goes in. I actually think it's great, and not enough people have seen it, and they really should. So, it's the very definition of a hidden gem. So, let's begin talking about the cast. And Jenna Malone is great in this movie. She's very sympathetic and she's charming and likable, and she carries this movie ever so perfectly. While Mandy Moore is the more over the top character. She's like the Regina George of this movie, and she just pulls it off effortlessly. You just hate her, and she's unlikable, and she's great. Eva Amiri brought plenty of personality to this movie. Macaulay Culkin, Kevin from Home Alone, does a real good job as well. Patrick Fugit is really good. Martin Donovan, I thought stood out. And Chad Faust gives a perfectly fine performance despite his limited screen time. So the cast here is really strong. And we've got a really great story. Like I said, I grew up in a Christian household. My family is Christian, and I am not, but I'm still a conservative, and I still have typical conservative beliefs, and I don't agree with everything in this movie, but I agree with a good chunk of it. About how we shouldn't be looking at people with such judgment and think that we're so much better than absolutely everyone. How there's a real need to be sympathetic and understanding, and I like how this movie highlights that. In fact, I would not say this movie is anti Christianity in any way. And it feels very honest. Like, I went to church every Sunday, I went to a Christian camp every summer, I went to Christian conferences, I went to youth group, and this movie just captures that environment ever so perfectly. And some of the drama going on in this movie, I could definitely relate to. It's just captured so well, and I like how the main plot doesn't come from malice or nastiness. No, no, no. The main plot of this movie comes from this one girl's confusion and uncertainty, and the movie is just so sympathetic towards her while a bunch of characters aren't, and it just really worked for me. I actually think there's a real sweetness and finding out who really cares about you, the kind of people you want in your life. Like, there was plenty to get from this movie. I think it's very smartly written, and it delivers on the emotion. I did laugh. I think this movie is funny. I do think it could have been funnier at times. The movie is very entertaining. Like, it's a movie you could watch any day, in any mood. I love the soundtrack choices. So yeah, there's plenty that this movie has to offer. Like I said, my complaints are that I don't agree with everything in this movie. It could be funnier, and I think some of the ending at the prom felt a little contrived, but I still think this movie has plenty to offer. I thought it's just much better than I was expecting. It's a very entertaining movie. I liked the characters. I thought everyone gave a good performance. I think it can be charming, funny, sweet. And I like how it tackles these ideas. It felt like it came from like a good place. It felt like it was trying to capture this environment perfectly, and it did a good job. So I'm giving Saved an 8 out of 10. Okay, Saved. Have you seen it? What did you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos soon. And Gavin, out.